Hi everyone, Marianne Cowan here from Pinery Paper Crafts. I'm just waiting to see if anyone's logging on. It's just, I would pop on a little bit before 3 o'clock. Hopefully some friends will find us today. It's kind of dreary out, so it's actually a good day to be in your craft room. Well, to me, any day is a good day to be in my craft room, but today is especially good. All right, well, we have one person joining us. I'm sure we'll gather a few more friends along the way. So I'm very excited today. I have a fun card to show you, a new to me design that I saw a similar one online and I thought it would be fun to try. So I'm going to make a couple of them today. I made one ahead of time. And it's called a Diorama Card, and it's very 3D, but really simple to make. So that's going to be our second project that we're going to make. So I'll just set it aside. This is going to be our first project that we're going to make. But before we do, I just want to show you some of the cards that I have for sale. Each week I'm releasing 5 COVID-19 cards that you can purchase on my website. And they're just fun cards to send to someone who's stuck at home right now, or anybody actually would like to receive these cards. So each week I'm featuring 5 different designs. The cost is $30 for the 5 cards. That includes shipping. And for every pack of 5 that's sold, I will donate another card to Hospice Ottawa. They have a fundraiser where they sell handmade cards. So if you're interested in that, check out my blog, mariannecowan.com. As I said, it's $30 for 5 cards. That includes shipping to your door or wherever you want me to ship to, and a card donated to Hospice Ottawa. So these are the cards for this week. Each week it'll feature different cards, and they might look a little bit different than the ones I'm showing here because, as you know, with handmade cards, every one is a little bit different. All right, so the first card we're going to make is a simple peekaboo card, and that will set the stage for our fancy diorama card. I'm using the Bird Ballad Designer Series paper, which is retiring. And I've used it quite a bit lately because I just really want to make sure that you get yours before it's gone. It is so, so pretty and so versatile. Look at all the colors it coordinates with. And one of my favorite colors to coordinate it with is Pool Party, and that's what we're going to be doing today. And you can see each side of the paper. We're going to be using one of the sheets of paper for this card, and we're also going to be using this one for one of our diorama cards. So Bird Ballad Designer Series paper. It is on sale right now. I think it's I want to say in Canada, $11.81, some odd number like that. Hi Wanda. Happy Memorial Day. We had our day last week, and I can't even think of the name of it. But we're all off right now anyways. I know it is Memorial Day down in the States. So this is the paper. I definitely encourage you to get some. Hello Pat, hi Phyllis, and hello Cindy. Okay, so this card, quick, simple, easy card, because the next ones need a little more brain power, so this is to get us warmed up for the next card coming. So the base of my card is Pool Party, 8.5 by 5.5, scored at 4 1/4. Then I have a piece of Whisper White, 4 inches by 5 1/4, and I'm just going to adhere that to the inside. I hope my fast fuse doesn't die because I have parcels that are floating around at some UPS office, so I'm having trouble getting them. The front of the card has a piece of Designer Series paper, so it started out kind of like that. What I did is I took liquid glue and I glued my piece to the front of my card, making sure that I glued right over here and then around the edges and around the where I didn't know where the cut was, so I just went all across the top. Made sure I had lots of glue on it. Then I put it through the die cutting machine using the stitched shape framelits. Victoria Day. Thanks, Pat. My mind went blank there. Ours was last Monday, Victoria Day. Stitched shapes framelits. These are carrying over. They're available now. And I've used these a ton. And I bet everybody who's on this call that knows me has used them a ton as well. Great versatile set. And we're going to be using the oval. So it has circles, squares, and ovals. And what I like about it is it's got the little stitched border around it, so that makes it really pretty. Some of the new ones have the double stitched where it stitches on the inside and the outside. That's even prettier. But these are great, great to have in your stash. And if you're looking for any of the products that I'm using, you can visit my store at mariannecowan.com. So I've run it through. Ours Big Shot is what we have right now, so that I got this piece. And I wanted to make sure it was glued on to the back. That's why I said make sure that you put lots of glue on. Okay, so now I have this little bird that I'm going to so lay it back down inside, matching it up to find one thing that makes it easy to match. So I just looked at the bird's tail. So you can see I had it here, but there's the bird's tail. Match it up to the bird's tail. And that's where we want it. Now, before I did that, I should have put some glue on the back. I'm just doing it flat. You could pop it up, but it might interfere with the card closing, is what I'm thinking. So lay it back down. We did a card similar to this not long ago. All right, so then you have your little pop-up. And it's kind of cute. You're not wasting any of that paper that you use. So then I have had somewhere around here my little greeting that I was going to use. Can't find it. Stealing one from another little package I have. I know I have one somewhere. This is one of our new stitched dies from this set called Tasteful Labels Dies. So this has got some great shapes in it. Different ones than we have before. This one has the double-edged stitching, as I was saying. So the piece that I cut it out of would also have stitching on it. We're going to use this one. It's really fun. And these ones have double lines. Do I have one here? I did. They're very subtle. I've used it in a card lately. Here it is. So you can barely see the double line in the camera, but you definitely can see it. So it's just a little indentation of a little bit of a line around it. Really, really pretty. All right, so that's what I used for this. The greeting is from Timeless Tulips. No, it's from Under My Umbrella. It's Your Day. I like that greeting because you can use it for anything. So it's your day. It could be your birthday, your graduation, your retiring. It could be a lot of things. So I'm going to put it over here. So it's hanging over a little bit. Now, one thing about this paper is you can try to pick paper where you have a little bird in your little window, let's call it, or you could use up one of the florals. And these are some of the birds I cut out for one of the other projects that we were working on. So I could even add another bird over here. Maybe I'll do that. I cut off his feet though, so he looks kind of funny, so I'll have to put him underneath there, or else add a sprig. Oh, here. Here's one with feet. So let's just put him there. All right, that's even cuter. So I've taken some flax ribbon, and what you do is you cut off the outside of the ribbon, and then you end up with a big, you can see I've used most of it, and then you just pull off the threads as you need them. And it gives you a lot of bows for one little 10-inch strip of flax ribbon. It is retiring, so make sure that you add it to your order. That and the bird ballad paper. This flax ribbon, I've used it a lot. Okay, so there's my little bow. And I was only going to put a bow, but then when I pulled out the little bird, I thought I would add him too. I could get fancier, but I'm getting fancy in the next card, so let's just keep it simple. Keep it simple. Okay, so I'm going to put this on with a glue dot. I want to make sure that I have room for my bird. I kind of wanted it over the middle of the circle so that when you opened it, it kind of stands out. I'm going to use a little dimensional for him or her. Don't know how you tell a him and a her in a bird. Well, actually, I do know that. For a lot of birds, it's the coloring. The females tend to be, I like to say, boring, and that's for their own protection. Okay, so that looks cute. I actually like it with the second little bird. I started to tell you that, to find a piece of paper that has a little bird in it, or you can just add one. Okay, so now, do we put the bow here, or do we put the bow here? I think it looks better there. And then when you lift it up, you could put maybe, sometimes the glue dots swivel around a little bit, but for now you get the idea. All right, so that's our first card using the bird ballad paper. Quick and simple little card, but I think it's really cute. You could do some of the little floral stamps that are in the set down here, or cut some out of the paper as well. But I think I might put a glue dot here. Yes, I think I will. My original idea that was kind of floating, but it's just making sure I don't put it on this piece. All right, that's better. All right, quick and simple. First card. I think it's called a peekaboo card or window card. I'm with you, Phyllis. Bird Ballad is so pretty. And really, for $12, you get a lot of cards. All right, so let's get our little birds. They can fly away home. I keep them in this little container that I have that has extra cutouts of shapes. Whenever I cut out white shapes, as long as they're not too intricate, I always put 2 sheets of cardstock, and then I pop one in here. And it's like my flowers. I always have a little stash of stuff that I can use. So my little birds are in there, waiting for another day. Okay, I'm going to need a lot more space for this second card, so I'm going to slide this one out of the way. And I'm going to bring in my magic box. Oh, look, it has birds on it. That was unintentional. So here is the diorama. I'm a former teacher, and the kids used to make dioramas, and I'm sure your kids, if you have kids, have made dioramas in school. So this is a really fun card. It does lie flat, so it does fit into your envelope, because this bottom piece is 5.5 by 4.25, the same size as we make our regular cards. So it will fit carefully into a regular envelope, or you can get fancy and make a fancy envelope. But the card was fancy enough. I wasn't going to do a fancy envelope. And I have used one of the little birds out of the bird ballad paper for this card, and a bunch of other stuff that I'll show you. Actually, I better tell you about this card first, because the other cards are completely different. So, I don't know if you were on a little while ago, and I had, okay, where did I put it? I had whitewashed a piece of paper, and I left it out so I could show you, and I can't find it. So I had whitewashed a piece of paper, well, you can kind of see it in there, with the wood plank embossing folder, and then I had taken white ink and just, oh, maybe I put it in here, whitewashed it. Yeah, I did. So the piece was just hanging around on my desk, and when I was doing this card, I thought, oh, maybe that would look pretty on the inside. So I trimmed it down to 3 3/8 by 4, because this section here is, I left my ruler out so I could measure, 3 1/2 by 4 1/4. So I made it just a little bit smaller. You could make it the exact same size if you want. And it just makes a nice background. These branches are from a new set that I haven't even played with till I made this card. So it's called Birds and More Dies. It does come with a stamp set, and I purposefully didn't use the stamp set today because I just wanted to go simple, and so I just cut out a piece of paper from the bird ballad, and I wanted to make sure that you don't let the bird ballad go before you get some. Hi Lisa, we're just starting the fancy card. So it does have multi-step stamping for the birds. It's got little nests, some eggs, totally cute. I thought of putting a nest, but I don't know. It didn't really suit for what I was doing. This will be available in the new catalog. I've also used this die cut, which the first time I used it, I thought it was going to cut out a circle, but it doesn't. It leaves, it's a border. So I don't know if you can see it, but that's what I've used to cut out my circle. You can kind of see it underneath. I've got so much other stuff on the go. So this circle is actually this shape. So it's got the leaves up here, and it's got some leaves at the bottom. And I also used, and I know I'm going to use this one a lot, this branch. Look at how, that's going to be perfect for greenery, cutting it off in green and just snipping these off. Oh, so pretty. So here I've done one layer of soft seafoam and one layer of vellum. Hi Sue. So vellum at the bottom, soft seafoam. I've just attached them over here with a glue dot. And then I added one of the elements from the gold, everything has new names now, Forever Gold Laser Cut Designer Series paper, specialty designer series paper. So one element there and another element inside. I don't know if you can see it tucked in there. I don't even know if I'm holding it up the right spot. So it's really pretty. I've layered it up with just some greenery from the Forever Fern. So I've got a big sprig. I'll see if I can lay out what I did. So I'm going to make one with you, but I just want to show you what I did. So I have one of the big sprigs. This is at the back. I have one of these. Oops, I have one of these. This is exactly what my inside layer looks like. One of these, and then a little gold, very delicate leaf that I don't have any more of right now. I only attached them, so I laid it out before I attached it and used glue dots to glue it down just at the bottom so it gives it some depth. And I just wanted to show you how I made this one, but we're going to make one together. So the other ones, we're not using these products. That's why I wanted to show them to you. So I'm sure they're going to be on your wish list because they're beautiful. And the new catalog releases June the 3rd at 2 Eastern. So this is called Birds and Branches and Birds and More Dies. And whenever they introduce a new bundle, it's always 10% off in the catalog. So this is definitely one I think you'll want to get, especially if you liked the bird ballad. And it's got all these cute little birds and, oh, it's so cute. A nice little border edging thing. All right, so that's the one that we already made. So back to our box. We're going to make 2 new ones, and I want to show you what's involved. So here's all my pieces. So we're going to do one in white. No, we're doing one in pink. That's the bird ballad paper. And one in white. So let me show you how you make it. What you need are 2 pieces of 5.5 by 4.25. You take your scoring tool. I scored all the rest. I just want to show you one piece. You do the same thing to the top piece and the bottom piece. Okay, so same scoring. So you're going to score it at 1/2 inch and 1 inch. Now, I started doing it way over here, and it's hard to reach over there and not move your paper. So I know it's 5.5, so 1 inch is going to be 4.5. I used my bigger end so as not to rip my paper. 4.5 and 5, turn it. 4.5 and 5. Those are the only folds you need, but you need it on the top piece and the bottom piece. Okay. Now when I went online, I watched a video. There was a whole bunch of different folds. Most of them had this little piece sticking out here. You could tuck it back and give it a bit more of a bend, but I don't know. I think it's cute, and it stands up perfectly. So if someone gets this, it stands up, so it's very nice. All right, let's start with our green one. Now let's start with our pink one. So as I said, I have the paper from the Bird Ballad Designer Series paper. I have embossed a sheet of white using the new embossing folder called Ornate Floral 3D Embossing Folder. This was a last minute decision, so we'll see if I like it. So I've cut it to 3 3/8 by, I want to say 4.25. Yeah, it is 4.25. The last one I didn't do it quite as tall, but this one I did for whatever reason, so we're just going to put this on. So that's going to go in the back. You need to build up your back first before you put your card together, if that makes sense. And I should have left this other one apart so you could see it, but it doesn't matter. So this is the cutout from the middle. So I'm actually going to use this in the back of my card. So when it pops out, it'll be exactly where I want it. And then this is one of the cutouts, one of those new ones that I just showed you from the Tasteful Labels. It's this little one, the bigger one actually. And look how intricate it is. It's so pretty. It's got a little zigzag and a little dot. It's really cute. Okay, so that's what we're going to be using for this one. I'm going to do a little bit of stamping on my greeting. I probably should have done this ahead of time, but I'm taking Petal Pink and one of the flowers from the Lovely You Step. I bought this because I loved all these fonts, and it was just when I was putting it all together I realized, oh, look at all the nice greenery that there is as well. So this is a great stamp set. So I'm going to use this little floral, oh, I don't know if it's leaves or floral, but I just want it very lightly on the background. That's way too dark. So stamp off. There, perfect. This one's very girly. Then I'm using Pear Pizzazz. I took the greeting from the same stamp set that says Always. It's a very generic one. I figured it'd be okay. When you're using these really small ones, I find you have to be careful about getting a shadow on it. Okay, that's pretty good. And if I'm not exactly straight, it doesn't matter because it's circular. But let's hope I am. Good enough, a little shadow there, just like I told you. Okay, I'm just going to close my door. I just found that on the floor. That's what I was looking for before. Okay, so now we want to build up our back first. So I've got that on. I need to know exactly where I want this. So I'm just going to put this here. I'm going to put a bit of, actually, let's see if this white glue is working. All my glues are sad, sad, sad state of affairs. Oh, there we go. This will give me a bit of wiggle room to make it exactly where I want it. You could pop it up as well. Never thought of that. Okay, so I'm going to lay this down, and if it's not exact, it's no big deal. Put this in and press it down. Might have looked cuter if popped up, but oh well, too late now. Let's pop up this. Good idea. Okay, so we're going to pop up that. Whoops, that's not dimensionals. Now I thought for this one I'm going to use, it's going to be more fun. I'm going to use the little blossom punch. So that's the flowers I'm going to use for this one, and then some greenery with that leaf punch that hopefully everybody has. I know they don't though. Okay, this is going to go right in the middle. And what I found I was always doing with the last one is kind of just going back and checking to make sure that I liked it and that you can actually see what I'm doing. Okay, so now I'm going to take my little tray of, there was some of these ones that I wanted. I'm just going to put a bunch of these up here. This is one of the elements I hadn't really used before. And then once I started using it, I thought, why haven't I used that before? I did also cut some out of the Perennial Essence Vellum, which is pretty. I should have done some flowers as well. Oh well. Okay, so we got always. Now my idea is I went ahead and cut some little pink flowers out, some petal pink, some white, and some leaves. So I was just going to build up around here, knowing that you're not going to see everything, but you're going to see some things. I think that would be pretty there. And I have some white ones, some vellum ones. I need some leaves. Actually, that's really pretty. Now, the one thing fun about the vellum leaves is if you look at that one and you look at this one, they look like they're different colors, but this one is just turned upside down. So you can get a variation in the color by just turning them upside down. Okay, so I like this one. I'm going to go ahead and put the leaf on. And I don't like when the stem is sticking out the bottom, so if that happens, if I turned it a little more, it wouldn't have happened, but it didn't. Okay, so we're going to put this one here, and then I want like 2 or 3 at the bottom, maybe a vellum one. The vellum one doesn't show up really well. Okay, let's put a couple of leaves on. I'm going to do different colors of leaves. Just for something different. Sorry, this is out of camera, I realize. All right, that might be enough down at the bottom, because let's go back and look again what we're going to see when we peek through. We do want it to have some stuff going on, but I'm also going to put some stuff on the front. Okay, I think that's enough. So let's put the white one down first. And then this one I'm going to add a dimensional. Now you have really ½ an inch of playroom. No, that's not. I wanted it off of this. Alright, so now let's add a little bit of bling before we go and close that up. So I do have these Noble Peacock rhinestones, or I have some that I've colored. I kind of like the ones that I've colored. Let's use them inside. I don't even know what color I colored them, but they look good. Alright, so here we go. I know you're anxious to see how it all comes together. Okay, get that out of the way. Now, you have 2 folds on each side. So the first one, now I'm trying to remember, goes this way, and then the second one goes back. Is that right? Now I have to slide that a bit because it's going to get bent. Okay, I'm going to take my bone folder and just give it a bit of a rub. They aren't hard to make, they're a bit time consuming. And then the front one goes down and out. And then you're going to take, I'm going to use my fast fuse. I did use tear and tape on the last one, but I think fast fuse will be better. I should have done it before I fold, well, no. It's all good. Okay, I'm going to fold that back. Kind of get this out of the way. And then you just take your front, and I did the same thing, I glued all over. It's got white on the back, so it's not just cardstock. That wouldn't be heavy enough. Now the trick for this is actually, sorry, I've only made one of these before. To line up one edge, quite close, and then fold it down and line up your other edge. And then you've got your little, how cute is that? Do you like it? Okay, so now what I'm thinking of doing is just adding a couple of more little flowers down here. Oh, look what I did. Okay. Whew, I thought I did it upside down. Oh, God. Okay, so let's get my flowers back. And so I've got 2 down here. Let's put 2 up here. Let's go white. And let's add some of this springy stuff. You can also cut it in half. I don't know, maybe it just needs leaves. Okay, let's add a couple of leaves. I just think this would really be fun to get in the mail. I know it didn't look like much when I was doing it, but you just have to be patient. Okay, so another glue dot. I'll move it up because I realize I'm out of camera range here. Another leaf. Now the thing about the leaves, if you go like this, it sticks out. If you just have to turn it so that the stem is underneath one of the petals. That's what I didn't do before. And it's fun because you can have it, I like when it hangs over the edge. So I like that combination. I don't want to put the pink dots on the pink dots, is what I'm thinking. But you can go over the edge, right over this edge as well. Okay, I'm just going to do this one up quickly. Oh, I forgot the pink flower because I still have one more to do. And it's with the Forever Greenery stuff. So we'll do one. I like using all different shades of green. I have these things, I just don't know if they suit this card. I don't know. One polka dot and one white. Let's do that. This vellum is really pretty for the leaves. And a white one. And there's a mosquito flying around trying to bite me. Brought some tulips in from the garden and I looked over and there was a spider climbing down. It's like, huh. Now did I glue that one on? Okay, so I'm going to glue this one on first. No, I'm going to glue the white one first. I'm going to put the spotted one in between the two. Okay, that's weird. Ouch. I'm getting bitten. Okay, I'm going to put that one like that. It's cute, eh? I just think it's so pretty. If someone was having a little baby girl, wouldn't this be a cute little card to give them? And you could put a little baby something on the inside. Okay, that's not what I wanted to do, but I don't really think it was going to fit there. Oh, I just sat on my cat. Okay, so now some little bling. So we're going to be using this bling this time. Okay. So these are the Noble Peacock, and I think they were on sale for $6, I want to say. They do stick, I'm just not pressing really hard. Oh, jeez. You just have to be careful how much you're pressing, obviously. All right, I think that's cute. And you could have added different greenery, but I like it. Okay, so that's our second one. The last one is using the Forever greenery stuff. Sorry, I'm getting bitten here. So for the top piece, what I did, it's Whisper White cardstock. I ran it through the embossing folder using the subtle embossing folder. I will tell you that then I could not see my lines, so I had to go back and score it again. So just wait and score it after you emboss it. Then I have the bottom piece. Just like I said, this is 1/2 inch, 1 inch. 1/2 inch, 1 inch. I was finding the paper was not tearing, but do be careful. So this is the new embossing folder. It comes in a 2-pack greenery embossing folder. So I've used this one. And I do need to trim it down to 4 inches. So I have my handy dandy little paper trimmer. Now I do want more of the bottom part. So I'm going to just trim it off and hope that was the right measurement. Why does that not look right? Yeah, I guess it's okay. I should have left it a bit longer actually. I don't know why I did that. Okay, so this one we're going to do up kind of like we did the first one. Oh my gosh. I'm going to have to label my glues. This glue works, this glue doesn't. Okay, so white glue allows you a little bit of extra time to move it around. So this is our bottom. I should have kept it a bit longer. I don't know why I didn't, but anyways. All right, let's do it kind of the same way as I did the other one. So let's take a big, this is soft seafoam. So we already have some stuff going on in the back, so we're just kind of accenting that. Then we're going to pick, these are all from the dies, but this one is vellum. I like that one. Let's pick this one because I already have it done. That's sometimes how I decide what I'm going to do. If there's something that I really want, an element I really want, I might go and add another one. But now for the first one I did add some gold, but I'm not going to add gold this time. I'm just going to go soft seafoam and white. And I think that might be everything I want. Let's try one of these things, which are kind of funky and cool. All right, so here's what I did the last time. I laid it out, then I took my other piece. It's not folded, but I still get the idea. Looked to see if I liked it. Now I am going to be adding more to the bottom here, so I think that's good. I think that's got loads going on. Remembering what we're going to be able to see. So I'm going to put my glue dots very gingerly behind these pieces. Hi Shannon, we're making a diorama, which you would know what that is, but this is a diorama card. Okay, so that one looks good. You have to kind of make sure you can't see the glue dots. So I just kind of pop it up and find a good spot to put the glue dot. I just moved that one. I'm going to roll it a little bit. So let's make sure I get it where I want it. That looks good, actually. And then this funky little one. It curls quite a bit when you use the vellum. So I'm going to bend it so it fits right on. I'm going to put it on the second one in. I'm going to try to cover up my little bit of a mess there. Okay, that looks good. This is our piece we didn't need. Okay, so I think I'm happy with that. Now I'm going to go ahead and glue these pieces together. So again, I'm going to take my Fast Fuse. You could use tape. It just takes longer when I'm on video to use the tape. So I'm just folding it back and hoping I remember where the fold lines are. Oh dear. Okay, so let's just, you don't have as much wiggle room with Fast Fuse, I will say. Okay, so that looks good, and then I'm just going to fold it. And I will say, once you emboss this, you have a little bit less stiffness in the paper. But I think that's fine for what we're doing. It can fold flat like this as well. Okay, so there we go. Now we're just going to add a few things to this bottom front corner and probably something up here as well. I don't even think I have a sentiment ready to go. So now we just kind of play and see what we like. That's that vellum, isn't it pretty? We will need to add a bow or something down here because we're going to have a lot of stuff going on. Maybe. All right. I wonder if this gold one would be like too much. I just said I wasn't adding gold. It is pretty. Yes, I lost track of time in the garden yesterday. Okay, now I'm going to keep it without gold because I said I would. Oh, here's a, no, I don't want that. That's too big. Maybe I'll cut one of these in half. Don't forget to cut your stuff. Cut your stuff up to use it. And these ones I did cut 2 at a time. Okay, I like that. Let's start with that and then see how it goes. As you know me, I can get overdone. All right, so we're gonna. It's a little trickier putting the front ones on because you can't press down. Now this is not a full one. You can see I've already used a little piece out of that, but that's okay. It's as much as I want. Ah! I'm going to put another glue dot here. Add my vellum. Make sure you get some of that vellum. I forgot to check and see if it was still available. Hopefully it is. Then I'm going to add one more glue dot, and I might hold both of these last ones. Well, I say last, but I may, oh, I've got no vellum on here. What? That's not right. Okay, here I'm going to cut the top off of this one. Add a little bit of vellum right there. I think that's perfect. I'm going to put the glue dot on the vellum so that I can just tuck it in behind this one. All right, just make sure you're not going outside of your card area, which I'm close, but I think I'm good. Oh, with glue dots you can kind of play around with it a little bit more as well. And then I was just going to add this one extra little element. I will put a ribbon down here, so that will be, I'm not going to put a greeting on this one, I don't think. There, I like that. I don't know how this got bent a little bit. I probably would next time do a piece of cardstock and then glue this on top because it's a little bit flimsy. Once you emboss your paper, it loses some of its stability, so you just need to think about that. Oh, I found one of those other leaves. This was the leaf that I had put in the first box on the inside that I couldn't really show you. Look how pretty that is. Okay, but I said I'm not putting gold. Okay, so now I think I need, these are getting tangled. Oh. Okay, so I need a bow. No, that's the wrong color. I could go with something more earthy tones because I am using all greens. Let's see what else I have. I don't have any soft seafoam ribbon. I could do white. Let me see if I have white. I have big white there, but this is the ribbon that you can color. I wonder what it would look like colored. Is this soft seafoam? That's mint macadam. That's a totally different shade of green. All right, let's try coloring some. I may or may not like it. So to color it, you just take your ribbon. I'm gonna start with light and see what it looks like. I'm gonna switch to dark because that's really light. Okay, I kind of like that. It's not my first choice, but we're gonna go with it. So you just need to cut it as long as you need to tie a bow, which I'm thinking is that much. I don't know if this is gonna look good, but we'll see. Now it is still wet. Ideally you would let it dry, but this is Facebook Live. So we're gonna go ahead and tie it. My fingers are gonna be all green after this. I do not recommend tying it when it's wet. Okay. Let's just see. You guys can let me know if you think it's gonna work. And we're not doing a greeting. It is a bit bigger than I would probably like, but I'm going with it because it's done. And it does hide all of this mess here. But you can see how this is flopping in a little bit, so when you make yours, make sure that you do 2 layers, that you glue it to the another piece of cardstock and put it on. I am going to add the bow. I don't know if it'll stick when the ribbon's wet. And the answer is no. Oh, maybe. I'm just going to jam it on there. Okay, that's not even the nice side of the bow. Let's try that again. So you have to be kind of careful with these ones. Okay, that's actually kind of cute. Now, with the other ones, I did put something up in the corner, but I don't think I'm going to with this one. I think it's, you can see it's got a lot going on in there. Let's get this out of the way. All right, just shoving everything off my desk. I wonder if it does need something up there. Yes, it does. Oh, here, this might be a good one. I've never actually used this one, the whole piece. Not sure I like it, but I'm going to add it anyways. Who said they love the color of the bow? Oh, thanks, Lisa. That's the fun thing about when you buy that ribbon, and I think it's carrying over. You can color it whatever color you want. You can see here, actually that was petal pink. So you can color that ribbon whatever you like, and it makes it really versatile because obviously you don't have ribbon in every color. Okay, so I'm just going to add these last 2 little elements that may be too much, but I'm going to do it. And then maybe I'll put a little jewel or something. Okay, so one more glue dot. Now, it does need bling. I'm just not sure what bling it could possibly need. Actually, these ones might be a nice color. These are those noble. You could actually color some with your blender pens as well. Okay, I think that's good. Just looking, see if there was anything I liked better. No, I like that. All right, let's review what we did. So we did 3, well, we only made 2 diorama cards. Pretend the bow is sticking, because it's not. And then we did our little peekaboo card. So the peekaboo card was done with the bird ballad paper. Sorry, I'm just getting all this junk out of the way. And the little stitched circle. Very quick, simple card, but I think it's really cute. And you still have room for your message. And of course you could decorate your envelope as well for any of these cards. Then we have the cute little Blossom Punch card that I think would make an adorable baby card. I was making a baby card yesterday for one of my daughter's friends. Then we did the Forever Greenery one. And it has the embossed back. And this one we did the embossed back as well. And then for this one, I did the wood grain back for the backdrop. All right, I will do a blog post about this because it does have a lot of measurements. And here's the barn board I did in the first one. And I whitewashed it with white ink just to give it a bit of a different color. That was the little embossing folder that we used on the second one. And this was the embossing folder that we used on the pink one. So, I like it. I like finding new card designs. I did see another one where these weren't sticking out, they were somehow stuck in, but I could not really figure out how to do that, so I'll have to go watch more videos. I just saw the video yesterday and I thought, oh, that'd be fun to make using this paper, I was thinking. And then as I started, I decided to try the circle, the one from the bird set. And for those of you who joined late, that set is called Birds and Branches, and the die cut is Birds and More Dies. So this is coming available June 3rd to customers. Demos could already order it, and that's what I have used for the cutout here. It's really pretty, actually. I put a lot of stuff on there, and also this branch is from this set as well. And I can see this branch being used for a lot of little spriggy things. You know I like my spriggy things. All right, so I hope you're... Oh, I forgot to see because I was looking at the screen. This ribbon is called Shimmer Ribbon, Gold Shimmer Ribbon. It was part of a Christmas package. Christmas Rose, I want to say. It is carrying over, as are the little gold gems on this paper, or on this card. So this is gold ribbon to accent the gold laser cut specialty designer series paper. It's a big name. I just did a few accents of gold and actually heat embossed this in gold as well. So just, I noticed it really looked like it was yellow in the video. That's why caught my eye. All right, so that's it for today. Today is Monday. I'll be back again tomorrow, 3 o'clock. Who knows what I'll be creating tomorrow. So don't forget to subscribe to my newsletter, and then when I post my blog, you'll get it straight to your inbox. And also, I would appreciate it if you'd like or share this video. It helps more people to see my videos on Facebook. And I also do take my videos and post them to YouTube as well, if you want to sign up for my YouTube channel. And I do have other content on there as well. All right, guys, I hope you're joining me on my mission to make a card, send a card. And I will see you tomorrow. Thanks, and have a great day. Thanks for all the comments. I'm glad you liked the cards.